Welcome to another deep dive, everybody. Today we're going to try to demystify something called GGUF. It might sound a little bit like maybe a made-up word or something.
Yeah, like a creature.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's actually a really important thing when we're talking about AI and especially running these large language models.
So, right.
So before we get too far, can you maybe tell us what is GGUF in plain English?
GGUF stands for GGML Universal Format. And it's this file format that's been designed specifically to hold and run large language models.
Okay.
You might have heard of them as LLMs.
Okay, so that's what LLM stands for.
Yeah, things like ChatGPT.
Right.
They're able to write stories and answer your questions and even generate code.
So that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's really incredible.
So GGUS, this is like the thing that's making it possible for regular people like me to actually use this
Yeah, exactly.
amazing technology.
It was made by the same person who created llama.cpp,
Okay.
which is a tool that lets you run these models on your own computer. And before this, you needed huge servers to be able to run these models. But now,
Right.
thanks to GGUF and llama.cpp, you can run them on your own computer.
That's amazing. So how does it actually work? Is it like a compression format, like zipping a file?
It's more than just zipping a file.
Ah.
It's like this container that holds all the essential parts of a large language model, and it's organized in a way that makes it really easy to share and run.
I see.
So you can think of it like a well-organized toolbox where all the tools are labeled and in their place.
Got it. So it's like a blueprint for an AI model,
Yeah.
but it also has the raw data.
It has the raw data, and it has something really important called metadata.
Okay, metadata.
Yeah.
I've heard that word before, but I
Yeah.
don't really know.
So imagine you have a recipe book.
Okay.
The recipes themselves are like the raw data of the model, but the metadata is like that extra information that tells you how to use those ingredients.
Okay.
Things like the cooking times and the temperatures and the serving suggestions.
So it gives you the context.
Exactly. It helps you understand the recipe a lot better.
I like that.
And in a GGUF file, the metadata provides these crucial instructions for programs that want to use the model.
I see.
So things like how it's structured, what kind of tasks it's good at.
So it's like the instruction manual for the AI model.
Exactly.
Okay, I got it. So where would I go to find some of these models to play with?
One of the best places to start is the Hugging Face Hub.
Okay.
It's like a giant library for AI models.
Okay.
And you can even filter specifically for a GGUF model.
So if I want to play with this, I can go to Hugging Face Hub and I can find these models.
Absolutely.
All right.
And they even have a viewer, so you can actually see inside the file and see what metadata is there.
I see.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So can we unpack the structure of a GGUF file a little bit?
Sure.
What are the main components?
So imagine a GGUF file like a really organized box.
Okay.
It has three main sections: the header, the tensor infos, and the tensor data.
Okay, the header,
Uh-huh.
the tensor infos,
Yep.
and the tensor data.
That's right.
So what do those actually mean?
The header is like the label on the box, so it tells you what's inside.
Okay.
It contains information like the GGUF version, the number of pieces that make up the model, other basic details. Then the tensor info section is like an inventory list, detailing each part of the model and where to find it in the box.
Oh.
And finally, the tensor data section contains the actual values that make the AI tick.
Oh.
It's the heart of the model.
Right. So you have the label, the inventory, and the core ingredients packed inside this GGUF box.
And the instruction manual, the metadata.
And the instruction manual.
Yeah.
So this metadata, can you dive a little deeper into what's actually in there?
Sure. So the metadata in a GGUF file, it's actually categorized.
Okay.
So first you have the general metadata, which is like basic information, like the model's name.
Okay.
The author, a brief description, even the license similar to what you'd find on a product label. And then you have LLM metadata, which is specific to the AI model's architecture.
Okay.
So how its brain is structured.
Right.
It has things like details about the model's memory capacity, like how much it can remember, the size of its vocabulary, how many layers. It has lots of other technical details.
Okay, so the general metadata is like the ID card, and then the LLM metadata is like the blueprint for its brain power.
Precisely.
Wow.
And then there's one more important type of metadata, which is the tokenizer metadata.
Oh.
This dictates how the model breaks down text into units it can understand. Sort of like translating a sentence into individual words so the AI can actually process it.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. So why should our listeners care about this?
Well,
What makes GGF so groundbreaking?
GGUF is quietly revolutionizing AI.
Okay.
And it's doing this by making these really powerful models so portable and easy to use.
Yeah.
It's allowing people to experiment with and build their own AI applications.
Even on a regular computer?
Even on a regular computer. So it's like opening up this new world of creative possibilities.
So I don't have to be a coding wizard to start playing around with this.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's like having access to a superpower.
You could say that GGUF is really changing the game and making AI a lot more accessible and user-friendly.
I love that.
Yeah.
So we've covered a lot of ground so far. So just want to make sure everybody's keeping up.
Yeah.
What stands out to you so far about GGUF? What's the most intriguing thing? Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah.
And while you're there, you might as well hit that subscribe button.
Please do.
So you don't miss any of our deep dives into the world of tech.
Yeah, and if you're interested in learning more about AI and large language models, I highly recommend checking out resources like ChatGPT.
Right.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
You can see firsthand what AI is capable of.
Awesome. So we're ready to dive a little bit deeper into GGUF.
Okay.
What else makes it so special?
Well, one of the things that's really remarkable about GGUF is its support for something called quantization.
Quantization.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like compressing a large image file without losing too much detail.
Okay.
Like you can still recognize the picture, but the file size is much smaller.
I see.
And AI models are these giant collections of numbers.
Okay.
We call them tensors. And these tensors, they take up a lot of storage space. So quantization allows us to represent those numbers using fewer bits.
So it's like rounding them off?
Kind of,
Okay.
but without sacrificing too much accuracy.
So we're shrinking the AI's brain without making it any dumber.
Exactly. That's a great analogy.
Perfect.
And that's where the speed advantage of GGUF really shines, because the files are smaller,
right,
more efficient.
Yeah.
You can run these models on devices with less computing power.
Like a laptop?
Like a laptop or even a smartphone.
Wow, that's incredible. So I could potentially be running a really sophisticated AI model on like my old laptop?
It's definitely possible.
Wow. So does that mean there are different levels of quantization?
You're right.
Like, can you shrink it too much and lose
you can.
information?
You don't want to shrink it too much.
Okay.
There are different levels, and GGUF supports all these different quantization types.
Okay.
And each one offers a different trade-off between file size and accuracy.
So could you give me some examples?
Yeah, so let's look at some common ones.
Okay.
So first, there's F32, which is full precision.
Okay.
So that's like having the original uncompressed image.
Right.
It has the highest quality, but it also takes up the most space.
Okay, so that's the high quality option.
Uh-huh.
What if I'm trying to be more economical with it?
Then you have options like Q4K,
Okay.
which uses 4-bit quantization.
Okay.
This reduces the file size significantly while still retaining good performance for a lot of tasks.
Oh, wow.
So it's like finding that sweet spot between quality and efficiency.
So it's all about choosing the right level for what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's fascinating. So there's all this thought that goes into making these AI models work.
Yeah, there's a lot of engineering that goes into it.
And GGUF is a real game changer.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's making AI more accessible and user-friendly,
Right.
which is unlocking this huge wave of innovation and creativity that's happening right now.
Yeah, it's so exciting. I feel like we're really on the cusp of a whole new era of AI, and GGUF is kind of leading the charge.
It is.
So this is really incredible. What are your hopes and fears about the future of AI?
That's a good question.
Let us know in the comments. What would you build if you had this power at your fingertips?
Yeah, let us know.
We were genuinely interested to hear your thoughts.
We are. Yeah, it's a really great question.
So we're really talking about a future where anyone can harness the power of AI.
That's the goal.
Regardless of their technical expertise.
Absolutely.
That's incredible.
Imagine artists and educators and, small business owners, like anybody with a creative vision, can leverage AI to make their ideas a reality.
That's amazing.
That's the future that GGUF is trying to help create.
That is a powerful vision.
Yeah.
It's like giving everyone a magic wand.
It is.
With great power comes great responsibility.
It does.
So it's important that as AI becomes more prevalent in our lives, that we develop these frameworks.
Yeah, ethical frameworks.
Ethical framework.
And safeguards.
Right.
To make sure it's being used responsibly.
And for the benefit of all of us.
For the benefit of humanity.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what makes platforms like Hugging Face so important.
Yeah.
Because they're fostering this community of developers, researchers, enthusiasts who are really committed to
Open source AI.
Open source and
responsible development.
responsible development.
It's about making AI accessible for everybody.
Right.
But also keeping in mind the ethical considerations.
Yeah. You can't have one without the other.
Yeah.
That's so important.
And it's amazing to see how many people are working together to make this happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And what kind of impact are you seeing GGUF having on the AI development landscape?
Well, GGUF is already having a really significant impact because it's making these models more portable and more efficient. It's allowing developers to create applications that can run on a wider range of devices.
I see.
Which means that we can expect to see AI integrated into more aspects of our lives.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So from personalized education to smarter home assistants.
Right.
Even more creative applications.
We haven't even thought of yet.
We haven't even imagined yet.
That's so cool.
It's a really exciting time to be in AI.
Yeah.
The innovation is happening so rapidly, and GGUF is really a key part of that.
Yeah, it's incredible. I'm so glad we had a chance to dive deep on this today.
Me too.
It's really given me a new perspective on what's possible with AI.
And it's fascinating to explore the technical details, but it's even more rewarding to connect those details to the bigger picture.
Exactly.
And see how they can really have an impact on the world.
I couldn't agree more. Before we wrap things up, just want to encourage our listeners one more time to leave a comment below.
Please do.
What resonated with you most during this deep dive?
Yeah.
And what questions are still swirling around in your mind about GGUF or AI in general?
We love to hear from you.
We do.
And your comments and questions really help us create even more engaging and informative deep dives in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. And remember,
this is just the beginning of our exploration.
That's just the beginning
of AI. There's so much more to discover.
So much more.
And we're going to be here to guide you through it.
We'll be diving into more new and exciting topics. So
we will.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out.
Please do.
So GGUF is really just like the first step.
Yeah.
In this whole evolution of AI.
It really is. It's setting the stage for an amazing future where AI is not something that's only in research labs or, for the tech giants.
Right.
It's something that anybody can use.
That's really inspiring.
Yeah.
What are you most excited about in terms of the potential of GGUF and just AI in general?
One area that I'm really fascinated by is the potential for personalized learning experiences. So imagine a world where AI tutors can adapt to each student's needs, their learning styles.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, and GGUF is making it easier to deploy these really sophisticated models on a wider range of devices.
Right.
Which means that personalized education could become a reality for millions of students.
Yeah, that would be a game changer.
It would.
I can also see how GGUF could really revolutionize art and design.
Oh, absolutely.
Imagine artists collaborating with AI to create entirely new forms of expression.
That's right.
Or designers using AI to generate personalized fashion or product designs.
Yeah, the possibilities are truly endless.
It is really incredible.
And what's so exciting is that we're really just starting to scratch the surface of what AI can do. And GGUF is really helping to unlock that potential.
It is.
I'm so glad that we got to do this deep dive today.
Me too.
I've learned so much about all the innovation happening.
Yeah, it's a really cool time to be following AI.
Yeah, it really is. One last time before we sign off.
Yeah.
Can you leave a comment below? Tell us what really sparked your curiosity.
Yeah. What questions do you still have about GGUF or AI?
Yeah.
We really love hearing from you.
We do.
And all your comments and questions help us to make even more engaging deep dives in the future.
Exactly. And if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications.
Please do.
So you don't miss out on any of our future explorations.
That's right.
We've got some really amazing topics coming up.
We do.
And we can't wait to share them with you.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into GGUF.
Keep exploring.
Stay curious.
And we'll see you next time.
See you next time. Until then, keep diving deep.
Welcome to UGPT, your source for the latest in AI-generated content. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest videos. Disclaimer, as an AI-generated content channel, we strive to provide accurate and up-to-date information to our viewers. However, please be advised that due to the nature of our content generation process, some of the information we provide may be misleading or incorrect. We strongly encourage our viewers to use our content as a starting point for their own research and to consult with relevant professionals before making any financial or business decisions. We are committed to constantly improving our AI system to ensure the highest quality of information possible, but we cannot guarantee the accuracy or completeness of the information provided. Thank you for your understanding.